I'm Greg Hunter. Welcome to USAWatchdog.com. With us, a reoccurring guest who's made some huge predictions. In early 2020, he said the market would be down about 35% or so. It was down 38% in the next month and a half. I think by April it bottomed out. And he said after that it's going to come back. And sure enough, it did. Then he made another huge prediction on Rosh Hashanah in September of 2020 and said something big's going to happen. Leading up to that day that something big was going to happen, I had people, well, it looks like nothing big happened. Oh, look at me, yeah. And then about 8:30 in the evening, announced Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. And then came on about a month later and said, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, we're going to have the repeal of Roe versus Wade. Said it. Happened, did it, even when people were worried about, well, I don't know if it's really, he said, no, it's done, it's over, it's done, finished, done, finito. Sure enough, Roe versus Wade was overturned. Then now he is saying what a lot of other people are saying, and that we have a big crash coming. Yeah, Dowd says we have a big crash coming. We just had Charles Nenner on, the great Charles Nenner. He says, it's all about timing, and what is it? It's got to crash. And a lot of folks are saying, well, my next guest is Bull Polny, who's made some freakishly good predictions. Bull Polny, and you say September, that's the month. We're going to have a reckoning, a financial reckoning. It's September. Bull Polny, thanks for joining us today on USAWatchdog.com.
Thank you, Greg. As always, total pleasure to be here. And actually, I want to thank you for, always, being a voice out in the wilderness and just, never stopping preaching that Jesus Christ is in control. And that's the whole essence of our presentation today. We're going to take scriptures, Greg. We're going to talk about the scriptures. We're going to talk about what is happening, and all the events of our world today are all predicted and scriptural. And we are in an incredible time point. And actually, we together spoke, it was last August, Greg, on the 14th. And we did an interview together, okay?
All right.
And that interview, before anybody, I know you talked about a few people up front, in the pre-interview, that many people are now talking for potential crash this year, 2022. Greg, our interview of last August 14th, when nobody was talking about anything for 2022 in regards to crashes.
Yeah, and you said nothing's going to happen. And you clearly said this. Nothing's going to happen. We don't see any big crash until September of 22. This was a year ago. This is, yes. I think, in the month of August, more than a year ago. You have going to run some. In this case, you have a little presentation of that interview on USA Watchdog. Take it away, Bull Polny.
Great. Yeah. So just please, let's pay attention. This is a 2-minute clip of our interview of last August of 2021, talking about some crazy stuff. And now we're talking about September last year, about this September, which we're in right now. So please pay attention, 2-minute interview, and then we'll go from there. Financial event that we're looking for is third seal. It's a black horse. Black represents death, and the scale represents the financial rebalancing, the jubilee. Because it's a black horse, that would indicate that we're probably going to see many deaths in the year 2022, next year. And that is also where we're going to see the immense financial shift. So like you described earlier, when Trump returns, it's to a whole bunch of mess. Well, yeah, because the financial system, as you know, was broken, got destroyed, and then the Trump has to come in to repair it and rebuild it. And he's going to build it with gold and silver. So gold and silver, and specifically silver, the prophecy is that silver is going to be actually used in department stores. People will be buying items in department stores with their silver. So that is the prophecy, and that also ties in, with the rebalancing of the financial system, or the third seal. This is the Shemitah cycle What it shows that every 7 years you have a financial calamity occur, and you'll notice that in 2015 there really wasn't nothing that happened, and we were, many of the world, including myself, who thought that there would be a big financial event on the seventh Shemitah. But when you go back and you read Leviticus, it's actually year of rest, so there really was no huge major event. But that now creates a problem because 7 years later takes us into 2022 next year, Greg. And that ties in with page 21, the black horse, third seal. So now I don't expect a massive drop on the stock market until next year. September is where we could see a really horrible event on the stock market next year, September of 2022. Again, tying in with the black horse, third seal.
And keep in mind, when you made that prediction, that was around August, was it August 14th of 2021? A little more than a year ago. That's freakish.
What matters is the crash is the event that will change everything. It's going to change everything the way we perceive our world. Our world is about to change. What we're waiting for is a miracle. As crazy as that sounds, Greg, we are waiting for a miracle because the miracle is the only thing that's going to stop evil. We're going to talk about scriptures today, so I am not making this up. I'm taking the timelines and the events going on now, and we're going to take scriptures and have people understand the importance of Revelation and why God wrote Revelation so we can understand what is happening.
So what's going on with the money in the banks? If you could talk a little about what you think is coming down in Europe.
Do not be surprised that in this month of September, you're going to see the European banking system shake like you've never seen before, and then it's going to manifest and it's going to work its way right around as the sun is rising all around the world. Listen, people, evil has deceived you because what evil kills, steals, destroys. He's a liar. We're going to build things that you can't even imagine. The wealth that's about to come, Greg, is going to be so ginormous, you can't even understand it. It's going to be blessings on one side, blessings for a defiled nation. The other side is horrible. So what we're stepping into right now is the seeds. The seeds you have sown, thus shall you reap. So the evil that they've sown on us, that they planned for us, is going to be reaped upon their own heads, and that's the angel of death.
Tell me about this slide right here. Take it away.